Welcome, everyone, to the L7C Podcast Wrestling Edition. Today, we have our special, now, second time ever live wrestling podcast. GalaxyCon is here in Columbus, Ohio. So it gives us the one time a year, hopefully making this an annual thing, that we can do a wrestling podcast live. We got the wrestling expert, Mr. Jacob Mason. How are you doing today, sir?
Fantastic. I'm alive. Shocking from earlier. It's a story you'll hear later. But I'm alive and I'm here and I'm very excited for this podcast.
And making the return to the wrestling podcast, the captain, Byron Mitchell. How are you doing, man? Welcome back.
Hey, it feels good to be back. I've been talking wrestling since SummerSlam review, so excited.
Oh, all in.
Oh yeah, all in review. So I'm excited to be back.
Man, there's been a lot of things that have happened since we have been away. All these things intertwine with each other. Before we get into that, something happened today with our wrestling expert, Jacob, who was trying to make his way to Columbus.
Thanks for having me on here, Martin, by the way. So now, we're coming down to Columbus, and you get off the exit, off the highway, and I go to make my wanted to make a left turn, couldn't make a left turn, had to make a right turn because the road was closed. And the semi in my lane, driving straight at me, and I'm like, oh, well, this truck's about to hit me. This is going to be great. And it narrowly avoids my truck. And as I look, I see Hangman Adam Page's big old head just staring right at me. I'm like, oh, sweet. It's an AEW truck. I'm thinking, oh, boys, why didn't I just get hit? We could have got so much free publicity for this podcast if I just would have got hit. We could have had free tickets. We could have got free autographs. I could have sued the shit out of Tony Khan. This would have been amazing for the podcast in all actuality.
And when obviously we're glad you're okay, but now just hindsight's like, it's kind of crazy how you almost got hit by an AEW truck. But they have something that we'll never see before. We're gonna see how they do it, TV or whatnot, or see on Twitter. So they are having Collision, or is what we call the CM Punk show. They're having it this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Originally they had it was supposed to be a nationwide, something happened, yada yada. But now they've partnered. They basically partnered with GalaxyCon that they're going to be doing Collision at GalaxyCon. It's still supposed to be on TNT. I don't know how they're going to do that. And I am very intrigued. And we just found out today that freaking Okada is going to be wrestling at this thing.
Oh, I don't know. Okada was being wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going to be the main event against Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah.
So it's kind of wild because, like, honestly, like me and the wife were talking earlier about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to purchase your GalaxyCon ticket.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then you have to purchase an additional ticket to get to the AEW show.
Kind of like if you were taking like a photo with someone at Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yep.
But for like front row, like I was looking it up, $65.
I think they actually just sold out too.
Like, honestly, $65
65.
to watch Okada. Like, just if you just break it down to like just watch Okada wrestle,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
dude, that's good. Like, that is a very fair price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, like the other wrestlers, there's Darby. Darby's probably the second biggest on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know that. I mean, the girl who dresses like Freddie Mercury, she's been on a couple random shows here or there. She's going to be there, and Willow Nightingale's going to be wrestling too. Like, it's not like a great card
Because they have to do AEW Collision Live, and they're doing their Ring of Honor taping.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, Mark Briscoe is going to be there.
Yeah, right now it's really excitement for wrestling. Yeah, because there's a lot of AEW stuff going on at GalaxyCon this Saturday. So if this partnership is here to stay, I think it'll be cool. Like there's a panel with Swerve, Britt Baker,
Orange Cassidy,
Orange Cassidy. I think he was supposed
Private Party.
Yeah, they're all supposed to be.
Yeah, Abaddon's going to be there.
Mhm.
My boy, what's his name? Vincent from Ring of Honor is going to be there, but he's only going to be there Saturday.
Okay.
Which, dude, please just
Yeah,
show up.
Righteous and Abandoned
Yeah.
have a meet and greet 3 or 4.
Yeah,
There's one at 11, like which I think I'm gonna be. That's the first thing I'm going to. The Life of a Pro Wrestler. Yeah, you have like the one at 11 at 1:00. The Beast, Mortos, Bryce, Red Velvet. Like
Okay.
it's gonna be like Saturday is going to be a big AEW presence.
So
Yep, you said Lady Frost, like you already said, Jake.
yeah, Lady Frost going there. That's cool. Like we were talking earlier when I got here to your place. So Tony Khan going to be here?
That's dude. All these people, I feel like he has
Right.
like just take a peek inside behind the scenes of AEW wrestlers, staff, and personnel. Take the stage off or goes to their daily lives. They don't say who's doing this 1 at 11. I feel like you gotta have some big wigs on that one.
I
Right.
would assume so. But then you also have to wonder, like, is this a skeleton crew they're sending? Are they just sending Tony Khan? Are they sending the Jacksons?
Hmm.
Are they sending any of the EVPs? Are they sending? There's a ton of people I feel like that we could not see
Mhm.
that very well could be here,
Just walking around.
or or just doing like all their backstage stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know because we were there earlier and like we got our passes and stuff for the day. And I peeked in and you could see like the ring set up and stuff. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know if they're doing it on the floor or on like a whole other room.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how they're doing it because they always have tons of wrestling stuff going on, but like
Mhm.
Friday they got stuff going on, but it's not AEW, it's the
Just like
the cosplay wrestling
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Trisha and Lita have their little watch along for like their 20th year anniversary of main eventing.
Yeah.
Lita's already drunk.
Oh, jeez.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
There ain't no allegedly. That girl's already drunk.
Allegedly. But I'm intrigued, man. Like, I don't know how they're going to do this. This is supposed to still be on TNT.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the part that's wild to me is that they're gonna have AEW from the convention center instead of Nationwide.
GalaxyCon.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's probably for the best when you think about it. So, like, the biggest problem that AEW's been dealing with, or one of the, they have tons of problems, to be real. One of the very vocal problems is they're never selling out arenas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so you already have every nerd geek
Mm-hmm.
in Ohio. It's pretty much going to be here this weekend. Let's just be real.
Mhm.
All right, tons of wrestling fans. That's our people.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. A lot of worse there, but I digress. This being in a smaller setting, I feel like it's going to be awesome. Just because it's going to be a more intimate,
Mhm.
so the crowd's going to be hype. It's, to me, without seeing everything and seeing how they're going to set this up, it has a Ring of Honor feel to it. And I've been to a
Mhm.
couple Ring of Honor shows,
Mhm.
and it's always a smaller setting, but it's always way more fun. It's way more wild. Chants are a lot easier to do.
Mhm.
I think it's going to be good. I think it's probably for the best. I think this could be a turning point where Tony Khan finally might look at this and say, hey, let's stop doing the nationwide arenas. Let's stop doing these bigger venues. Let's go smaller. Let's go small. Let's go intimate. Let's get more crowd action out of this. Let's show the whole arena instead of just one section, the entire
Mhm.
hour show or however long it is. And also, let's hire some new semi truck drivers, Tony.
Ah.
I digress.
And I know, unfortunately, you won't be able to be there. I'm still. I want to see it. I do. Just so
I'm
I
still
can.
debating too.
Just so I could say, well, next time we come back on here, like, hey, I was there live. This is how it was. Always have to have like one LLC.
Now, you guys have already been to an AEW show,
Yeah,
right?
last year.
Last year,
And it
I
was
think
at
it was around this time
Nationwide.
too.
it wasn't
I think it was.
Or was it at the-
Nationwide.
nationwide. It was a nationwide.
I was going to say, I knew it was Nationwide or the
Sean's team.
Shot's name.
Yeah, it was a nationwide. So we'll see how that goes. We'll tell you guys how that goes after GalaxyCon concludes this weekend. Switch it over. WWE. Lord and behold, the Bloodline, still the main story. It's almost been like 8 years, but now it's a different flavor of it. Solo runs his group. Roman's he hasn't even apologized to any of these people, but somehow the original Bloodline got back together in some of the strangest of ways. Paul Heyman came back, brought CM Punk as the 5th member. First, Jacob, were you shocked that Punk was involved in this Bloodline storyline?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't care for it. Like, I was just like, oh, okay. Punk's here. The only thing that's good about this is future storytelling.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mainly because him telling Paul Heyman, you owe me a favor.
What's the favor?
I hate quoting other wrestling people because
Mhm.
we're our own podcast.
Mhm.
But on Busted Open Radio,
Mhm.
Bubba Ray Dudley said it best. What's the one thing that Punk never got?
The main event of WrestleMania, the last match.
Yeah.
The main event. WrestleMania, the last match. So, what's going to the favor? Punk versus Roman Mania. That's his favor.
Ooh.
Custody battle.
That's too bad.
Hey.
Paul Heyman.
I mean, Punk said, I ain't here for you. I'm here for Paul. I mean, I'm here for what they did to Paul. But I was like, brother, I mean, you were still on TV after Paul got smoked, and you never said anything about the bloodline.
Because he was dealing with Drew and all that.
Who is now back.
He came back on Raw.
Back and
Monday.
killing people.
So he might be, which he might be going back. He's like, oh, that original bloodline is back. The one that kept me from the title from years ago. Oh, no. We got to take them out again. Which
Man,
I don't disagree. I don't. The original bloodline had everyone hostage for 4 years.
4 whole years.
At least I know Solo's not going to keep the title off people. So,
Right.
Byron, what do you think about this? The bloodline now is like the original one. They're back together, but they're not together. They're like, hey, if something happens,
Follow us.
we'll reunite and do it.
It's a very interesting storyline that WWE has crafted. I definitely was not expecting Punk to be the 5th member of the original Bloodline, but they needed somebody, but it makes for a great storyline with whole Punk, Roman, Paul Heyman situation. I think the favor may be a title shot because that's what he wanted when he first came back to WWE last year. So either main event of WrestleMania, I could see that, or a title shot. Either Cody's or probably Cody's more likely than Gunter's.
And to find out, is it something where Paul helps Punk at the Rumble, helps throw Roman Reigns out? Because apparently this is going to be the first Rumble that Roman's actually in for like years. Maybe. I don't know what this favor is. It makes it so intriguing because he told Roman, Paul Heyman's like, let's get through tonight, then we could talk about the favor. And Roman stuff's still not done with Solo because Solo still has the thing.
Yeah, that has the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Chili pepper looking necklace.
Yeah, so they still got all their stuff going, and they're signing more people from this family tree every 2 seconds.
Mhm.
And then obviously the biggest thing, where is Dwayne?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's doing his Moana
Make-
stuff now.
He smacked Cody Rhodes because he's like, don't talk about my family. But when your family's having a whole war game civil war, nothing.
I don't know.
He did show up in that. Was it?
It was bad when Roman and
Bad
Cody
Blood,
tag
yeah.
teamed.
Yeah, Bad Blood. Okay, randomly showed up and out of the number 3. We're like, what does that mean?
Hey, he might be like, hey, remember we talked about something. I'll be coming back for something too.
Right, and like what he whispering in Cody's ear that one night.
With his People's Championship.
Right.
Because it's the top title in the business right now. Speaking of top titles in the business, since we've been away, we have new titles. Women are finally getting mid-card titles, which is kind of crazy, but Intercontinental, United States. I know with the people who are left outside, let's not think about the people who are actually in the tournaments.
Okay.
If you could actually pick the Intercontinental and US champ, who would you have picked?
Ooh.
They could obviously be in the tournament, or they didn't have to be in the tournament.
Ooh. I think for the Intercontinental, I would go with Tiffany Stratton. Give her something to do while she's holding the belt. Holding the Money in the briefcase until she finally cashes that in. For the U.S. Women's, I would go with Chelsea Green. I think she deserves something because she's been doing fantastic work since she's came back to the WWE.
She has.
Mm-hmm. Jacob, who are you thinking?
Okay, I'd like to see Candice LeRae get a title.
Okay.
But I'm very biased on this one.
Mhm.
I'm a big Candice fan. I don't care which one, anyone. Give that woman a title.
I thought you were going to say you don't care which Candice LeRae, Candice Michelle. Ooh, that's a throwback for the young people. If you don't know who that's a throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know. You know what? give one to Asuka.
Mm.
Give one to Asuka, or even give one to Charlotte. And the reason I say that is if you give one to Charlotte,
Okay.
Doesn't count towards the 17.
it gives her a title to defend
Yeah,
away from the main title.
yeah.
You're still able to elevate other women
hmm
without taking that top title and winning it and losing it 8,000 times and then claiming I'm the greatest women's wrestler of all time, whatever. We'll just
I like
ignore
it.
that. I would be good with that. Give one title to an up and comer, or let's get someone established, Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green, something along those lines.
Mhm.
Let's give the other one to someone who's already established, because it's going to make that title relevant and good. Because my first thing when they announced that and we all sent it to the group chat, I was like, this is dumb. Because I'm like, what are you going to do with it? What are we going to do with it? You want to make it something? Let's give it to someone who will show this thing off. We'll be like, yes, I am the Women's United States Champion. This means something. This is great. This is the phenomenal, blah, 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 whatever. You can do a lot with that.
Mhm.
That's what I would do.
So I'm gonna pick some people you guys haven't picked just to be different, but I like all the picks. I would give one to Dakota Kai because I feel like she has
I
been
agree.
Good.
she has been well overdue ever
Mhm.
since coming back. She is one, and then I don't know when. I think her time's gonna be come. Every time I say it, she just keeps doing stuff. Shock the world. Give one to Roxanne Perez, and that's how she comes to the main roster.
Mm.
Ooh.
That would be a great way for people who don't know who she is. Obviously, she's been dominating in NXT, but you got them new heavy hitter women who are in NXT right now. Eventually, they're going to take the strap off for.
Yeah.
She starts on the main roster as the U.S. or Intercontinental champ. Puts on bangers after bangers. That'd be a great way to get her acclimated quickly for people who didn't see her.
I like that.
That's a
I like that.
Yeah.
But more than likely, I do see. To be honest, somehow this time next year I see Charlotte and Becky Lynch as the champions with those belts
Probably.
somehow.
Which I have no problem with.
either.
As long as it's done right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because that's my biggest worry, is adding titles that are just going to become pointless, like the women's tag titles.
They have been elevated with Bianca and Jade. Now, what they do with the titles now that Jade is injured still has yet to be decided.
How long does it take though?
Yeah, but this is what, the second time those two had it?
Yeah.
Because
I
they
was even
lost
kind
that-
of I was actually kind of weird that they lost to
They-
Alba.
Alba and Isla Dawn.
Yeah, but then they got it back from them.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Alba and
You can't
Isla should have kept it.
Yeah, see.
you can't hot potato these titles. Ask AEW, they do it all the time.
Yeah, that's
How
true.
well is that working out for them? I don't know. We'll find out Saturday.
Hey, if you listen to this, man, if I ever Swerve Strickland, I'm just like, hey, man, I'm sorry that you lost at Wembley and that your title literally got hot potato, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just so Brian Danielson can lose it to his boy John Moxley. That's kind of.
I'm also sorry your house got burnt down.
Oh,
Hey, they did.
It
put
did
on
make the
banger
greatest
match.
album cover of all time, though. So,
But end of the year now, December, Drew coming back just shows like they're gonna start picking back up because he got a well-deserved vacation. Don't know where he's gonna be. They're making if you're in a storyline, everyone is important in the storyline. Like if you were in a main storyline, title contention, whatever, you are important. So I guess with them too, because this will probably be potentially our last one a year, unless something crazy happens. Next year we come back. We got the first thing is that Raw on Netflix. Like, what is that gonna look like?
God, hopefully better than the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. Because that buffering screen got old real quick.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna have to review that week because it's just gonna be like, are they gonna have the buffering power for it? Like, I know they're having stars aplenty, Cena, Roman. Oh, they're trying to get everyone on that one like it's a WrestleMania. But
It's not going to be as big as the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, because
No.
everyone watched that.
Yeah.
no,
But my God. It was like when the network came out the first time.
Mhm.
That first,
The very first
the
time.
God, it was bad. It was so bad, but then they fixed it.
There was
Yeah.
one on Peacock, like their early times. It was bad. There was
Yeah.
I forgot what big pay-per-view, but
Yeah.
once you get past the bad, like I miss the network so much. I
Oh
think
my
it was
God, me
perfect
too.
They should have never sold it to Peacock.
for
I-
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
I don't care that they sold it to Peacock. I just wish Peacock would have been like, hey, this works. Let's just keep this simple formula that they have. That way it's do you know how hard it is to search for anything
Brother,
to find the
trust me, I
actual
know.
it's so bad.
Oh, the network back in the
terrible.
day, I used to just start. I would have my homework, and like I would just be like, oh, let me watch X match on the side. Type it
Mhm.
in the network right there. Boom, you're watching. It's like now,
It took me like 15 minutes to find ECW One Night Stand.
and that's
like-
bad because that's a legendary pay.
That's a legendary pay-per-view. It took me forever to find it. Because I could find like a clip, like a
Mhm.
30-second clip, but I couldn't find the actual pay-per-view. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm gonna have to YouTube pirate this thing. This is ridiculous. I paid $9.99 for this.
It's oh man, that's
But we'll see. Netflix can take it over. They maybe can do it. I don't know, man.
We'll see.
Jacob. And there's stuff now that there's a little Rhea Ripley problem in WWE because her team won a Survivor Series, but the team that she won against had both your women's champions and Money in the Bank. People didn't like that, and I'm one of them. I didn't like the team with all the champions losing. That made no sense. Because if you're the champ,
I
you're
know.
supposed to be the best.
Right.
Like you're
I know.
not both of them. You have both and the Money in the Bank person.
I know. That whole Survivor Series match didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, the teams made well, especially the babyface team.
The babyface team, I'm like, okay, I know I work a weird schedule. I like to think I keep like up with wrestling as
Mhm.
best as I can.
Mhm.
I'm literally over here and I'm like, I could have swore that Bailey
Mhm.
was trying to murder Io Sky and vice versa
Mhm.
only a couple months ago. And then
Her
all of a
Bianca still
sudden,
hate each other.
they're just on a team.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry, this is some Vince McMahon bullshit.
And then Rhea Ripley said, "I don't care. I just leave Liv to me." I was like, "Oh, that's great team leadership."
I don't care. My face is broken.
Leave Liv to me. And then she pinned Liv.
Is there a reason? Like, am I missing something here? Why is Bailey on the same team with Damage Control?
And
Yes,
Bianca. Basically, gosh, I was about to call her by her real name. Naomi. Well, I was about to say Trinity Fatu. But Naomi basically was just like, hey, I'm cool with Bailey. Like, we need her. We know how good she is. First, Bianca was just like, F that. Like, you know,
Well,
the shit
that would make sense.
the shit she put me through all these years. Like, and then, Damage Control's like, come on now. We just had wrestling.
Right.
But, like, we need someone. This is the only person. And that's what Real's like, I don't care who it is.
That is the dumbest. Like,
And then it was
that's
Bailey.
it's so
because
dumb.
Jade got hurt. And, yep, so.
It's so dumb. So dumb. I like.
And we still don't know who attacked Jade, so that's the whole.
So that's the whole Shawn Michaels Triple H angle from like SummerSlam 2002.
Yeah.
Like who attacked her? We'll find out next time on Monday Night Raw.
Rikishi just randomly shows up. I did it for the Rock.
Oh, well,
Whatever.
I mean, he talks on his own podcast how his son should be the main champ. So.
Oh my god, him and his Jade
He's an-
discourses.
yeah.
But I agree. I didn't like Rhea winning. Also, I don't know why they call it the Team Rhea when she was literally the last member before Jay got hurt.
She still has the beef with Liv, even
But-
though Io is the number one contender
Right. So
for Liv's title at
Could've been
Saturday Night Main Event. in
Team
next
Io
week.
versus Team Liv, but no, it's Team Rhea versus Team Liv. I need that Rhea and Liv beef just to die. It's been going on too long now.
Yes,
I
it
need that.
is.
Well, now if you look back a year ago when the Rumble ended, and it was like Bianca, Jade,
Tiffany.
Tiffany, and Liv all outside the ring, just sitting there like, damn, we really
Mhm.
lost. All of them are champions in some way.
Yeah.
Liv got the women's title, Tiffany's Money in the Bank, and Jade and tag champs. So
Oh, let's talk about the worst chair shots that's ever been seen in the history of ever. What was up with
The
the
worst one.
Nia Jax chair shots?
Brother,
Dude, what was up with these chair shots? Dude, those clips were going viral for
They
all
were.
the wrong reasons.
Usually with Nia, it's yeah.
I could hear like Jim Cornette screaming from my own house seeing these clips. I'm like, dude, who is screaming? I'm like,
They were too
Jim?
viral that Nia had to clap back because it was a little too. Yeah, no comment. No comment.
Oof.
That whole match was sloppy, and I don't usually say that about women's matches.
Well, Io has to carry every War Games match.
She does.
She always says the one who has to damage herself. Because this time she had to put the trash can on her and jump from the top.
Yeah, you know
That's her
what?
signature spot.
Mhm.
We need Bailey, but Io's running damage control. You know how many people is on there? Dakota Kai, 3 other Japanese girls.
Mhm.
Take your pick.
Kyrie Lane, yeah.
Asuka.
They could have brought someone back. I mean,
You have
There's-
options. You have options that make way more sense than this dumb
they
thing.
should have gotten Natalia. I mean, if we're just gonna do a throwaway,
She's only worth $1.
Well, she thinks she should win
One of their
one of those championships. She said she should be more selfish because she hasn't held a title in like 7+ years.
There's a reason. I'm sorry. I like Natalia. I'm an Natalia guy. I believe that Natalia actually is a good wrestler.
Yes.
She really is. She is a good wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Is she a charisma black hole?
Yeah.
100%. Is she only worth $1? According to the Fox Sports or whatever you put out that
was
build your
such-
team.
yeah, so many-
Yes, she's only worth
When
$1.
the annual anniversary comes up of it, I'll pop back up on my thing like this happened 4 or 5 years ago. It
But
caused such an uproar.
it's I'm sorry. Like, yeah, listen, Apollo Crews is a phenomenal wrestler.
Hmm.
Like, God, he's a charisma black hole. Like, Natalia, just stop. Just do backstage stuff. Just be a coach. Just
Her husband's great at it.
Yeah.
exactly. You know, do OnlyFans with your sister or whatever she does. I don't know.
Not even. They do. They get a. That's
It's weird. We're not even gonna get into that
Yeah, they have
Canadian
their own-
relationship.
yeah, they got some weird stuff.
Yeah, it's strange.
Byron, how you feeling that the New Day basically kicked Big E to the curb?
Oh, bro, I was heartbroken for a couple of days, man. The way they verbally massacred that man on Monday Night Raw was devastating.
You broke your neck. So what? Like, it just reminds me of when Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp got in that big argument.
Yeah.
When Shannon Sharp's like, I'm in the freaking Hall of Fame. And Skip Bayless was like, so what? That's what it reminded me.
Man, I said Steve Austin broke his neck. Hank broke his
Kurt
neck.
Angle.
Kurt Angle broke his neck and he
Which
came
they
back.
had an edge game. I was like, oh. You know, he's on the other side, but all right.
Right.
I personally thought it was hilarious. We're like, Kurt Angle broke his neck and he came back. Well, technically, he broke his neck first, and then he just showed up. Like,
Right.
it's that he came back. He just like,
That's so what kills me every time. Elvis, he's like, so what?
Be the memes of like, I'm sorry, boss, I can't make it to work today. I got in a horrible car accident. So what?
What?
I could have broke my neck. And so what? I mean, we
Yeah, they
do
went-
not care.
The 10 years, with their 10-year anniversary, we remember, man, like when they first started, because Vince gave them like that church gimmick when they first started,
So
which
bad.
people may not know. Like they started off as like a New Day church gimmick, and that was just not it.
Dude.
And they've been able to survive that. And
Dude, they came. I remember when they first came out.
Mhm.
I remember being over at my buddy's house watching Monday Night Raw with him and his mom and me. We're all watching it, and we're like, "Oh, are they doing like a new Nation of Domination angle?" It's like,
Mhm.
this could be cool. And then like the next week they come out like, "Hallelujah!" And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
from that to
I'm like,
pancake,
"Yep, Vince really wrapped his hands around this."
from
one.
that to pancake throwing and
Oh, yeah.
unicorn riding.
It
Like,
got
ball
so
playing.
over, man.
Mhm.
New Day in their prime,
Mm-hmm.
man, that was an over gimmick.
they had the tag team championships over and over. Like they were doing it, man. It's crazy they survived that initial church stuff because that could have been dead on arrival.
But they were like, they have been uber heels.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've had the entire arenas chanting New Day sucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To just uber faces to nuclear heat
Yeah.
heels, which is what they are right now.
Mhm.
Because, man, like, if anyone says like men don't have feelings, like I think everyone like shed a tear during like
Mhm.
poor Big E.
They said, "Get out of the ring."
Get out! And it's like, damn. That's how you two are going to bond?
And then they're like, "Yeah, now we're stronger than ever because we kicked him out." I was like, "Wait, what?
What in the trauma bond is going
Right.
on here right now? I do not like this.
One of my favorite things that came out of it, because they did bring up Biggie and his girlfriend was like, "Oh, you ditched us because you have this new girl," and then like literally watching Mia Yim's sister just verbally massacre both Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods on Twitter was fantastic.
Crazy.
And then on top of that, the morning after, the following Tuesday, Kofi Kingston
Oh, yeah,
on
sorry.
Instagram. This heel run, as much as I hate what they did to Big E, and I hate it, and I legitimately hate it, which means they are actual heels
Mhm.
in the best way possible. Dude, this heel run's going to be good. Let's be honest.
It is.
If they
It's
can
go-
do
it's
that,
gonna be
if
really
they
good.
can do that to Big E, they will just start dominating
Yeah.
people.
Speaking of heels, Jacob, you wanted to talk about like who's heel, who's face, just going back to like this bloodline stuff. Because who's who?
Jake, all right, let's talk about it because I hate what WWE is doing right now. All right, first, look, Judgment Day. You
Mhm.
have babyface Rhea,
Mhm.
babyface Damian Priest,
Yes.
hair twins. Okay,
Yes.
it started out with Edge,
Mhm.
right? And then we kicked Edge out and we beat the hell out of Finn and we got Finn in and
Mhm.
beat the hell out of Dominic and they just manipulated the living hell out of this entire group of people.
Mhm.
And now all of a sudden, everyone's like, God, Judgment Day, they're so bad. Like, they're so mean. They're so heel.
Mhm.
And it's like, no, like, I understand. I understand why they're going after Rhea. I
Mhm.
understand why we're going after Damien. I don't think it needs to keep going on. I think we could have ended this months ago.
Mhm.
Whatever. Okay. You need some time to fill before the Rumble season, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand why they're making them to be the bad guys when really this script should be flipped, in my opinion.
I mean, Liv said it a while back that like, why should she be booed? We're the one who knocked her out first. It cost her everything. There's no
Bingo.
now. You taking her dude? Like that's a little. You took her dude and her group. Like that. That was that's some evil planning. But
when you look at it, who started it? I'm not saying two
Oh,
wrongs
no,
make
they-
a right.
no.
Who started it?
You're
no,
right.
they started it.
They started it, and hey, man, you make your bed,
You gotta lie in it.
you gotta lie in it.
Company loves Rhea, man.
Will say I don't like Liv. Like this heel character is not working for me for Liv. Like I think she's better as a babyface. To me personally.
Oh, she's allowed to say what she wants.
I
It's a
like
heel.
her as a heel, man.
As a babyface, she wasn't talking the way she was talking.
That's true. I don't.
I think everyone just needs to take a step back and go, wait a second. I understand why they're doing this. We should be cheering them and booing Rhea and booing Damian Priest. Just saying it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm in the minority
Byron, wouldn't
there.
you be happy if you got chicken nuggets all the time you want from Liv?
Of course.
And a PlayStation.
And a PlayStation 5.
Of course. Like I love Liv. I don't know.
It's weird seeing
Dang.
because you're thinking of her like when she was chasing, like she was finally
like that chase she had, like when I hate to bring this person up, when Ronda had the title was amazing. she
then who ended it? Who ended what
Ronda.
She came back again, then lifts, and then Rhea sent her away.
And the thing is, like, I know we've had this conversation before on this podcast.
Mhm.
I know this next point I'm about to make. We've had this conversation on the podcast.
Mhm.
But let's have the conversation again. What are we doing with Cody Rhodes here? And poor Kevin Owens. I'm sorry. Kevin Owens? He's right. He's completely right. I don't understand how this is still people are looking at Cody like
He's right. Seth Rollins is right.
Drew's right.
Drew's right. Because it's like, brother, I know we did not spend 4 years trying to take this bloodline down. And then I wake up from injury and I see you teaming up with a guy we all hated for years.
Right.
Like, they made, I thought I was doing was right. No, that was the wrong choice.
No.
And now Randy Orton comes back evil. It's over.
If Randy Orton comes back as like 09 Randy,
Because it's like,
Cody.
man, Cody, I've been defending you this whole time. When I get a messed up neck again for it. But Kevin's right. They're all right.
All the heels right now are faces. All the faces are heels.
Cody just still sells out the arenas, man. He still got the lows.
For real, dude. He is straight up Homelander. This is the Homelander arc right here. Like this is it. Eventually, we're going to see a full blown heel turn Cody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be great. It's going to be lovely. I don't want this in between stuff. I just it's wrestling. Let's keep it simple here. Black and white.
You think he loses Saturday Night Main Event?
No.
Some people
Hell
think
no.
Cody might lose.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'd be really shocked if he does.
I mean, it'll be too
Really
close to the
shocked.
Rumble. I mean, it's the 14th. And
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
think they're
not.
going to put him in the Rumble. Well, he might have like a match against. If he loses, he might have a match against Cody at the Rumble. He match against KO at the Rumble.
Yeah, but he's not losing it before the Netflix.
Yeah.
that is true.
That's it right
He
there.
was just at the premiere thing.
Saturday night main event. Glorified house show.
Hey,
I'm going to
that they're allowing us to watch.
That they're allowing us to
Hey,
watch. That
talking
is
about the
it.
WWE Network. Remember back in the days, man? Beast of the East. Like
yeah.
we used to have some random Saturday stuff that was like glorified
one-
house show, but we were allowed to watch.
Yeah, speaking of the New Day, Beast in the East
Brock Lesnar killed all of them.
versus the New Day. And Kevin Owens versus
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
And Kevin Owens throwing the flowers back at the people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll never forget it.
See, we used to
So
have
good.
cool stuff like that when the network was
Good
back in the
such
day,
good
man.
shit.
Back. Man.
They should bring those specials back.
Well, they're probably. I heard they're gonna try and do Saturday Night Main Event once a month.
I will like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Once a month.
That's kind of neat. I like it.
They gotta do something, man, like that. They be on Netflix. You know, you got to pay some bills. And
Right.
pay some wrestlers. You know, some people are gonna come back. They got those 2 mid-card women's titles. They're gonna run out of girls, and I'm like, oh well,
Yeah.
time to sign some people back.
I just actually thought of another women's wrestler that would be great with one of those mid-card titles. Zelina Vega.
Yeah, she does. She deserves after that Puerto Rico. She deserves
Yeah.
one. But I don't even remember who's in the tournament. I just know Bailey's in the final. I don't think she's gonna win.
I
but-
know for the. I don't know if it's the Raw. No, because the SmackDown. Well, not the SmackDown. The US one hasn't started yet, but for the Intercontinental, it's Michin, Chelsea Green. I forget the third, but I know those two are.
You know what I'd like to say? Meechin's name is stupid and go back to me again.
I
I'm still not over that.
Hey, at least she's getting more screen time than her husband.
If we can go back to the God, what's their names now? The Viking Raiders, or is it the War Raiders? It's War Raiders now.
War
right?
Raiders now.
If we can go back to War Raiders, Meechin can go back to Mia Yim.
I'm just saying, Mia Yim's getting more tick than Keith Lee.
Yeah, we just don't know what's going on with Keith Lee.
Well, he ain't gonna be here Saturday. I can tell that.
Fun times. Well, I wonder if Thunder Rosa's going to be here because she just complained today how people come up to her asking if she's still with AEW because they don't watch the Saturday show and they only watch the Wednesday show, and she's never on the Wednesday show, and she's getting really mad about it.
I mean, I get it from her point of view. Like, yeah, I'm still on AEW, just on the shows you don't watch.
They're like, "Thanks, how come you don't do the Wednesday show?"
I don't know.
Yeah,
How
but
about-
ask Tony about that.
I don't know about you.
Ever
guys.
since she
Take
came
this-
back, they sent her down to the pits, man.
Yeah.
That was a top
You're a
person
top
too.
star.
Mhm. Well,
That her and Britt Baker hate was too much.
Is
everybody.
Britt back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Britt's gonna be there Saturday.
Yeah,
I know
she's-
she's here Saturday. Well, I know she's going to be here Saturday, but I can't.
you might get her autograph.
I might.
Um,
That's my train of thought.
It's just, you haven't thought about her since we talked about how she sold that match in Wembley.
Oh, against Mercedes.
Mm-hmm. She still has 2 belts.
Still has two.
Still undefeated.
Still undefeated. Well, she doesn't have
Still only
Camille
had
anymore.
like 3 matches. Highest paid woman in all of professional.
I'm just saying, you don't make that person lose, so
I mean, she did have a good match against Chris Statlander at the last pay-per-view.
Statlander's good.
Statlander will be here Saturday. That's enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think whoever's on the CM Punk show. I still call it the CM Punk show. It's like, and CM Punk, which is crazy. We've already had 1 year of him being back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This time,
No issues.
no issues. So was it CM Punk or was it the other people?
He still has some strict compliance because he knows what if he messes up one time, he's out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And all the memes about Tony Khan picked Darby Allin over Jack Perry. Jack Perry over his biggest draw ever.
I love anytime there is anything CM Punk does. CM Punk like breathes. People would track the timeline back down and just boil it right back down to thank you, Jack Perry. We have this awesome match. Thank you, Jack Perry.
Just think about this time last year, like when we were going through from this time last year where Punk came back, and that whole year that's when AEW was just downward spiraling because all they did was talk about Punk on their show.
Yeah, that one time. Hey, this Wednesday we're gonna show the footage, and it
never
was
before
literally
seen.
nothing.
Got us all to tune in.
I tuned in. I was like, oh, maybe he's gonna show something. Nope, CM Punk was right.
So they don't want to make
I was
money over
fearing
there.
for my life. Jack Perry wasn't even fearing for his life, and he was in the altercation.
They wanted to make. They don't know how to make money over there. That's what he said.
Man,
It's great. It was a year, man.
It's been like a typical bad breakup where like the one person is like, "Hey, I'm just living my life."
mm-hmm.
The other people are like, "This person's a dick."
I mean, WWE finally did their special. They're like, "Oh, it's been a year since CM Punk came back.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this unseen footage," and it was all new footage because
Mhm.
we didn't know he was actually going to do it. But Bailey telling Punk is like, "All right, bring AJ back." He's like,
Fair.
I mean, she does her own thing. I'll try, but I don't think she's coming back. But
No.
man, it's crazy, guys, because we're getting to the end of the year, and once January hits, this guy, well, they were doing this last guy, Cross Jacob, gets into the busy mode because it's Royal Rumble prep time.
Early predictions.
Dude, it's tough because, and I mean, it's serious because the next podcast we come back is like talking about the first debut on Netflix and getting into the Rumble. It's hard because I don't know which champion. That's like who's going after who.
Right. Early prediction. Just one. I have one.
I have one too. I got Dwayne. I'm dead serious. Dwayne goes after Cody.
Yeah.
You know what? I would agree with you. But for like 5 years of this
I
entire
know.
podcast, I just can't forget.
I know you had the Dwayne one for the year, but
when it should have happened.
You did.
you did. They had WrestleMania. They had WrestleMania in Hollywood, and we got stuck. Oh my god!
Cody versus Roman.
Part one.
I still think Cody should have won that match, but
Well, it made everything so painful, but they made the comeback
they
great.
made the comeback great.
But then again, the comeback almost got ruined by Dwayne.
Because he wanted to come back.
Roman even talked about it. He was talking to Sports Illustrated. They were asking, was like, how crazy is that the fans were so strong in their detest that they were able to alter the Roman versus Rock match? He's like, man, it's crazy. And then they asked him, like, did you care? He's like, no, I was going to be in the main event anyway. Like, I was in the main event. It was between them.
I didn't care, but let me tell you, The Rock, he went to Triple H. I have an idea. Let me be a heel. Oh, that's a great idea.
After you came back, I ain't never seen Twitter. That has not been that firestorm since that Friday night. That was hell on earth.
No one's been that hated since Tommaso Ciampa was peaking.
Oh, yeah.
In black and gold. It came out to no music.
Rock had to stay up late. It's like, ooh, everyone's asleep. Now we can finally upload my video. So you thought. Then everyone started thumbs down at things. Like, The Rock was getting racial. It was bad, man. Like, I would almost do anything to relive that whole weekend because I was flaming pissed.
Oh, yeah, me too. It was like, why are you doing this? Like, Cody won the Rumble. He should be in the main event of WrestleMania.
We're on the podcast. Oh, shit. I have seen.
They're like, oh yeah, Triple H had no say. Rock's bringing his own writer. I'm like, this is Vince McMahon all over again.
Because he's ahead of TKO now.
I'm like, what is happening? That was a time, Brad. We want Cody champs. Like you had to really live through that. Like, I thought nothing would beat the Daniel Bryan stuff, but this was real. Like,
That was real. That was real.
Dude,
Heat.
we sound like such old men right now. It's like,
It's crazy.
How to live there?
Well, it's the fact that some
Right.
people already forgot. Like, that was already like a year ago.
Yeah.
You think you remember the Great Depression? I lived it. I was there when The Rock was gonna face Room.
But when people talk about atmosphere, I'm the only one of the few old man wrestling takes I have. Is like when people talk about like, oh, that crowd was hot. I was like, you weren't there in 06 at One Night Stand. You weren't there when young Cena had to walk out there at One Night Stand. You were not there. You weren't there in 2011 in Chicago,
No.
where Cena had to walk out. He didn't even do his yip yip parades. He just walked straight out.
Right.
You weren't there. Don't tell me about a hostile wrestling environment until you tell me you saw that shit live.
If Cena wins, we right.
We're
Oh my god! The first time he threw that shirt, and that shit came right back. And it came right. And I'll never forget this one black guy in the front. He had glasses to black t-shirt, and he's like, "Fuck you, Cena." Fuck you. And you see him on everything, and the crowd is going nuts. And I'm like, oh, my wrestler's gonna die tonight, Bubba. Like, they're really gonna kill him after this match.
You're going to meet him in the
And
parking
kill
lot.
him.
Go show up.
Man.
Listen to retirements.
That was tough.
Or
Oh, man,
literally
you gotta watch.
race.
You gotta watch that like on the network, unedited. Like it
Yes.
was.
No, you want to watch it unedited, you have to get on like YouTube.
I
They
know.
get the real
Oh, yeah.
unedited.
No, it was wild, man. Wrestling Bet Online has Cena's not winning the Royal Rumble.
He's-
I'll tell you all that right now.
Yeah, but did you see
He's already announced for Elimination Chamber. He ain't winning the Rumble.
was that you who sent it or did I see it on Instagram? There's already like live odds for like who Cena's WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Forget.
There's like I think everyone thinks he's gonna win the Rumble and challenge Gunter because Gunter's this invincible thing.
No,
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
I don't think Randy Orton's happening. I don't think Punk's happening because now Punk and Roman. It seems like it might. I don't know where the hell they're going now because there's too many intertwining stories now.
Yeah, but you could always save Punk and Roman.
It could
You
be
could
it
save
could be
it.
next year's SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could bump out or you could pop out like the hey, I'm cashing in my favor now.
Yeah,
Anytime. It'll be a year from now.
that's true.
I mean, what they could do is make us forget about it. Make us go like, oh yeah, I forgot all about that. And then just be like,
Just like how they made us forget back in the day, back in the mid 2010s, 2010 to 16, where when you were the champion, you lost and you got your rematch clause, and then Vince McMahon decides like, you know what? I'll forget that these people have rematch clauses. We're just gonna
Rematch clauses, man.
Yeah, back in the day, the champ used to have an automatic They would lose their belt at a Big Four pay-per-view, and then they would get their automatic rematch at that next month, like smaller pay-per-view. Lose your belt at WrestleMania, get your rematch at Backlash.
Those are the times, man.
Yeah, but we forgot about those things.
Good feuds.
I just,
you had to live it. You had to live it.
I don't know, it's going to be very interesting because the Royal Rumble is right down the street, down 70 West at Indianapolis, February 1st. That's Saturday. And Indianapolis is already guaranteed a WrestleMania down the line. So so we'll see how they do with the Rumble. I mean, it's Cena's last Royal Rumble, so you guys listening, I will be there. So, I mean, it's John Cena's last, and I fully believe he's one of those people who's like, I'm not doing this again. He is not doing this again.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I will be there to see him get thrown over the ring by Dominic Mysterio. Because I think Dominic is going to be in the Final Four. So,
Really?
oh yeah, I'm going to say that right now. Dominic Mysterio, Final Four. You got to get to the Final Four for a batch of nuggies. I'm telling you, Dominic Final Four, man. I'll give you a nut. See, here's my early Dominic Final Four.
Okay.
Braun Breaker Final Four. Early prediction.
I would agree with the Braun Breaker Final Four. He has been.
He's next up. It's coming.
Yeah, he's been like
I don't know who he's going to beat for the main
that.
titles, but
Spear he had during War Games. Was it? It was Kaiser where he just hit him out of nowhere. I was like, oh, Kaiser might be dead.
Dude, well, I mean, Breaker versus Gunther, man, that's always a money match.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't, Said your
You
thing.
want me to say it?
If his sins have been absolved.
Do you want me to say it? Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. Listen, as
You know,
much
people thought Brock was the fifth man.
yeah,
That would have been wild.
yeah.
I would have needed an interview immediately. Because that means you were off the lawsuit. Things have been absolved.
I mean,
So people were like, I was like, brothers, he's still on that lawsuit.
Right.
That man is still allegedly liking women's like liquids, like allegedly, like he's still in big trouble over
Oh
there.
my god.
Vince is over here trying to start his own new company, whatever. But
Oh, is he?
oh
yeah, some stupid.
my god, what's he?
Something. He's trying to bring Dunn and them do something stupid.
Oh, Kevin Dunn? Oh my god. I'm so glad we got rid of
Feels
Kevin Dunn. Like
piece
the
from here.
WWE presentation has been amazing the last couple of months.
Just think about it. If his dad never saved those tapes, Dunn never would have had a job.
Yeah. It was like, thank you for your dad, but
Oh, do we see Brock in the Rumble?
if he's done with the lawsuit, maybe.
I mean,
As a-
TKO money,
TKO money.
That's
TKO money, and
How do you feel? Survivor Series was done before 10 o'clock.
Dude,
I like those.
my old ass loved it.
It started
My
at
old ass loved it.
It started at 6. Well, I mean, like when you're going there live, like when we went to SummerSlam, it was over. It's like, oh, the streets are packed with all these wrestling fans.
Right.
Let's all go to the bars and talk wrestling.
Right. What's next?
I mean, for the people there, it's like, oh, we can still go to the bars and have a night on Saturday. And I know what you talked about TKO. I know there's one night they started at 6 to make sure they were done because they had the there was the UFC fight night at 10.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love it.
I mean, UFC can't do that. They won't ever do that because UFC, man, there's sometimes those things go till like 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know. I know.
Like, I don't think they'll ever get to a point. It's like, you know what? Let's start our main card at 8.
Right.
Oh man, that'd be
That
great.
actually would be a lot better.
Well, it's like if you get like one championship, they'd have like their matches like Singapore time. It's like 8 in the morning their time, so it's like 6 o'clock at the evening our time. Like, dude, this is so cool, man. Like, I can sit here and eat dinner and watch people punch each other in the face. Dude, I love this.
What about the women's side? Any early?
If this person comes back, which there's rumors, Charlotte is my early prediction.
A win?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
hurts my soul. But I can't bet against her.
Exactly.
You can never bet against her.
Nia keeps saying Queen, and that's getting me nervous.
Yeah.
Because that's the one I'm like, all right, you keep saying that girl's name. You keep saying Queen. And
I mean,
when I'm
technically
using-
she was the queen of the ring.
Because eventually, because I know they're going to want to.
Jim Cornette, do you hear him screaming right now? Because I do.
I mean, for Bianca's legacy, Charlotte and Bianca still has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the last one she has to beat.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It will. Tiffany and Charlotte,
Yeah.
that'll happen.
Jade and Charlotte.
Jade and Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte's got a lot of big matches
Yeah.
left here.
tons of big matches.
Yeah, tons, and you still got them. I'm telling you, NXT, Roxanne Perez,
Mhm.
she can go.
Dude, can we talk about NXT for a minute?
Of course.
Great. They got Deadline this weekend.
I can't wait.
I wish Deadline was at GalaxyCon too. I wish they did a competing show at GalaxyCon.
Oh my
One side of the hall. If anyone's listening, have one side of the building do an AEW show, and then have NXT. Let's really see who wins those wars when they're in the same vicinity.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to an NXT show.
I don't know, because let's be real, that NXT versus AEW Wednesday Night Wars, dude, the big guns are out for both. For
Yeah,
both
let's do
teams.
it. Let's do it in the same city.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just have like a line right down the middle, or just,
Yep, you go. Yep.
everyone go back and forth.
Yeah, let's do it. Take that idea, guys. GalaxyCon. I'll write that down in my suggestions for next year.
I like that.
Dude, but for real though, like NXT, holy hell. You think Shawn Michaels has the type he likes?
Oh, absolutely.
Am I mad about it?
No.
You're athletic. You play the sport. You look good. Hit me.
You got assets?
Yeah, hit me up. From like college football, Deion Sanders in the portal. Shawn Michaels ain't hard to find. He's in that wrestling portal, ready to take any and anyone. He's ready. He ain't hard to find. Like he is in that portal.
But they've been putting on amazing matches.
Oh no, they're good. I mean, they're good. I mean, like
It's fire right now. It's so good.
like he ain't hard to find, bro. And it is funny too. That's what happens when your best friend is the boss. Because he's like, hey, Hunter, I'm thinking about signing this one. Well, I already know what you like to sign, so go ahead, bro.
Do you even think they have that conversation, or he just like sends him a text like, "Hey, I signed her."
I just think Hunter gets the
Okay.
emails.
You're like, "Oh, he signed."
New signee. Oh shit! I need to go down there and say hi to him.
Oh, I need to
Right,
go
give
take
the
a
triple
picture
A
with
point.
someone.
Oh, Shawn Michaels. It's like Shawn Michaels type. Shawn Michaels type. Shawn Michaels type. A new Bloodline member. Some former football player. And they have that new like thing that they're doing too.
On the ID.
Yeah, the ID thing where you can get
Independent wrestlers.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I'm excited about that. They re-signed Kylie Ray, so hopefully she gets her
That was
second
good.
chance at
Mhm.
being in WWE.
They got 2 mid-card titles, so they're gonna need feuds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like what they're doing. I mean, Ludwig Kaiser just showed up to whatever European indie show he used to always do. He just showed back up there.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, you just made me say, damn. Should she have one of these titles? Bring her back to some badassery.
Here's the problem. Well, she's in a group though, right?
Pure Fusion Collective
Pure Fusion Collective.
with Zoe Stark and Sonya
Pure
Deville.
Fusion Collective. That's right. Yeah, because it sounds like a shitty magazine or something.
Speaking of
Like,
old group,
it's-
I mean, because Gigi Dolan just came back on
She
NXT.
did.
This made me think of the old group with her, JC Jane, and Mandy, who you know.
Yeah.
Mandy and Tiffany at the Apex never got to happen because Mandy got fired. So
Yeah,
dude,
that was, man, I can't believe we talked about that. That was so long ago.
it was.
I feel like Mandy never got picked up by AEW.
I don't know if she wants to. She just got married, so maybe now that the wedding's out the way and
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
we
know.
all know she's making plenty of money.
yeah, so oh yeah, we do. I mean, you could have her and Miss May. That'd be
Mariah May.
Yeah, Mariah May. That would be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Because the way the women are like, because Mariah, she talks reckless on that show. I'm not even
She
gonna
does.
lie. She's like, you can't. She told Anna Jay, she's like, oh, do you think anyone will ever forget you? We would just find another fat ass blonde who could do an arm drag and you'd be replaced, and that'd be it. Or like when she was talking about, when they were talking about Sky Blues, it's like, no, if no one can see your ass, no one knows who you are, so you're worthless. And then the Japanese girl right now, who
Mina Shirakawa.
Mina, she's like, shaking your tits can get you just so far. You're nothing. Like she goes at these girls. I'm like, oh my gosh. Speaking of it, remember when Saraya was the biggest signing ever? Now that's just
yeah.
She talked about. She was like, "Oh, I'm doing these red carpets. I'll be back on AEW soon." Okay,
All right.
all
I
right.
gotta do red carpets. I gotta sing cameos in my boyfriend's band. This is so badly auto-tuned, but still a catchy song, so whatever, I guess. I don't know.
I'm excited for 2025, man. This Rumble's very intriguing.
It is.
Dude, there's so many options to go.
This Netflix thing is either going to be really good or it's going to be the biggest shitstorm we've talked about on this podcast ever.
Hopefully, it's
Honestly,
really good.
Don't think
That first day.
Oh, at first, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we could definitely have it'll be a shit show, but everyone picks their stuff up, and
Yeah.
Netflix has got the money.
Yeah.
It's been weird having Raw
I
be
keep
2
threatening
hours.
to cancel them, but they just
I can't.
coming back.
Yeah. And like Raw's been 2 hours on like USA now,
And it's gonna be TV 14.
Yeah, but they're going back to 3 on Netflix.
Are they?
And they're going to
At 2.
2. It's like, dang, you're sitting here like halftime of the Monday Night Football game. You're like, oh, Raw's over.
Yeah. They can
Wow.
watch football.
But
for the
hey,
rest
you
of
know,
the
if it's on Netflix, even easier to watch it back.
That's true.
That's true. You could.
You know what?
I hope it. Man, I hope they're talking about they're gonna have documentaries and okay. WWE used to do really good. They used to do those really good documentaries when the network was going.
Oh, do you remember? You had to live it. You had to live it. That might be like the quote of the entire podcast here. But like all the DVDs WWE used to put out.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh man, I remember Hannah bought me the Kevin Owens. That's the last one I ever got. Bought me the Kevin Owens
Ooh.
DVD, and I was like, man, this is so good.
How far
one
did that
Paul-
one go? What he debuted on the show? What he debuted on against Cena, beat Cena. How far did that document?
It went to when he had the title. Because on the cover, he's got the WWE title.
I remember when he destroyed Sami Zayn and NXT. God, you had to be there.
God, he
Yeah.
killed him.
That's
He
the
straight up
piece.
murdered him.
He won his
He just came out, just
championship.
hugged him, loved him, and just power bombed the
And then they're like,
living
yeah,
hell out
Sami
of
can't
him.
even compete, so this is your title. Here you go.
Sami Zayn loses by
Death. Yeah,
That's-
pretty much. Pretty much.
Okay, well, that's a new one. Yeah, God, the Paul Heyman DVD is really good. The Mick Foley DVD
Foley.
is great.
I remember the CM Punk Best in the World.
CM Punk one's really good. Big Show,
Dude, they used to go to town on those.
Mhm.
so good.
Anything else, guys, before we close off?
We forgot to talk about one thing. That Survivor Series.
Oh.
Shinsuke winning the U.S. title.
Yeah,
Shock of the
Shinsuke's
night.
back.
I felt like I don't think he should have won, but that's just me. I felt like that should have been the two who were going at it on speed, like whether
Carmelo and
Andrade.
Andrade, yeah.
One of them should have won, but
I agree.
Whatever.
Oh, Andrade Flair?
Yeah, Andrade Flair. Andrade Flair.
Dude,
Depending on if you actually pay attention to the news, because remember one time they're like, oh yeah, they're divorced, but then here they are.
Here they are.
Yeah.
Together.
That was that was bad. That's just like, your information's wrong, buddy.
But hopefully they do something with Shinsuke in this title and just not.
not give him like a 3-month run and just end it, and then he becomes absolutely worthless.
Yeah.
Or as we like to call it, the AEW treatment.
I wonder what LA Knight's gonna do.
I don't know.
He's a contender.
This is
for
different. This is different now.
But he's a contender for the Rumble.
That's true.
That's true.
You could see him in a Final Four spot.
I could.
Easily.
He's already had he had a match with Roman. We all knew he was gonna lose that one for the
Still-
title.
But you look
Still
so good.
white hot.
Yeah.
Don't even give him don't even have a rematch with Shinsuke. It's pointless. Don't even do it.
He can say, "Yeah, my attention now is on the Rumble."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Yeah, but like, what do you do with Shinsuke now? Let's be honest. I know I'm a big Shinsuke fan. Massive Shinsuke
I'm actually
fan.
trying to think of what
What do you do? with him?
baby faces are on SmackDown that aren't involved in the Bloodline feud.
I can only think of the heels on SmackDown.
See,
I'll say like Ludwig versus Shinsuke. I think would be cool, but he's
a
on
heel.
But he's heel.
I mean, maybe whenever AJ comes back,
Oh God, do we have to do it again?
but this time maybe
Do we have to do it again?
This time they can be more free.
Listen, I like Shinsuke. I like AJ. I like the Wrestle Kingdom match. I don't need to see that WrestleMania match again.
He's been
I
on the
don't.
shelf, so
I mean, oh God.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean-
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes is a heel.
Yeah,
Andrade is a face.
He's a something.
he's a something.
He's there.
He's there.
Grayson Austin, they're heels.
I forgot they were on the show. When's that breakup happening?
Assume.
Yeah, they should have had like a breakup like 12
like
years
they
ago.
should have their big breakup.
But
I forgot they were gonna team, dude. Holy shit.
So I feel like after they break up, I feel like Austin will be a heel. Not heel.
He'll be a face.
Yeah.
yeah.
Be a face.
You know what? There's something let's talk about. Karrion Kross, the Wyatt Six.
Doing great work.
Great work.
Phenomenal work.
Dude, again, you're the biggest Bray Wyatt fan I know. Every day, Bo looks so much more like Bray. It is ridiculous.
Mhm.
Dude, all right, so massive Bray Wyatt fan.
Mhm.
Just huge. I'm a big Karrion Kross fan.
Mhm.
I don't know where I want to go with this. Who does my allegiance lie with? That's good. This feels very Attitude Era
Mhm.
E to me.
Scarlett basically name dropped Alexa Bliss. First time we heard her name on TV in like ages.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you are not following Karrion Kross on social media, on Instagram, what are you doing right now?
He's good, yeah.
Dude, the stuff him and Scarlett are doing,
Mm-hmm.
it's either like the most cryptic, straight up cult like shit ever, or it's hilarious because Scarlett going up to Karrion Kross and saying like, "Hey, they abducted Miz."
Oh,
like
that was great.
and
That
he's
was
just sitting
great.
there drawing, and he's like, "Yeah, he's dead."
How long has it been?
How long
20
is it?
minutes?
20 minutes?
Yeah, he probably dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Well, he has knowledge. I'm like, Dewey, he's dead. I'm gonna go after. Like, dude, that shit.
I mean, I was a
so
huge-
funny.
I was a huge fan of his, obviously in NXT when he had the
Mhm.
bald head, the fall, like his full entrance, and then when he grew hair, it's just like I don't know why his appearance thing, but now
Now they are going.
They're
Like, and you guys have heard me say this on the podcast many times before. Like, what the hell are we doing with Karrion Kross?
Mhm.
Dude, this storyline, every storyline he has done. New Day stuff,
Mhm.
Karrion Kross. Miz stuff, Karrion Kross.
Mhm.
Wyatt Six, Karrion Kross. You name it. Everything that he has done is so relevant in right now wrestling.
I thought
He has his fingers technically in like 10 different things at any given moment. You
so.
can go back and be like Karrion Kross. That's
If you want to do
amazing.
ultimate storytelling with Karrion Kross, ultimate storytelling,
Okay.
he's got to go after Roman Reigns next.
Yes.
Because remember,
That's another
again,
one,
I
yeah.
thought he was the hugest shit on earth. Because this man, first day, pulled up to Roman, put the time's up thing, and left.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He could pull up right down and be like, I told you your time's going to be up.
Yeah.
That's grade A storytelling.
Mhm.
and
I really
honestly,
thought he was going to challenge him for the belt, and then
Fine.
it just never happened.
Thanks.
and I thought like they're not doing anything with him, but like you said, you could literally pull up with him on Roman right now. If you wanted to pull off the bloodline, like pull new bloodline from OG bloodline or whatever bloodline. If you need a separation, put Karrion Kross in there.
Yeah.
He's like, in a way, it feels like very McFoley-ish,
Mhm.
where you can just put him in anything. He'll make it work. He's the guy that you want. When everyone else is out of the way, like he can hold his storyline. He can get people invested. You want people to just be mesmerized. You want people to laugh. You want people to cry. Whatever you want, Karrion Kross can do.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Shout out to Karrion Kross. I love what he's doing. It's so good.
Yeah.
And not Bray, Bo killing it. Everything. It's just
Dude, one time I was like, wait, is Bray back? Like, there was one, like, I was like, oh my
On
God,
Monday.
that's Bo.
On Monday, I was like, "Is that Bray?" It looked just so much like Bray. It was
crazy.
creepy.
It's creepy, but in like the best,
best
way.
way, yeah.
It's so good. It's like shit, is that Bray? No, Bray died. I cried. No, is it Bray? No. God damn. I'm in a glass box of emotions. Dude, we have been saying this more and more. WWE wrestling is so. We've complained about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, we're at the point we're nitpicking stuff.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We're nitpicking stuff. As a whole, holy shit, this goddamn company is on fire in the best way.
I mean, from January to like April is the ultimate nitpicking time because whoever wins that Rumble, there's going to be millions of people pissed.
Yes.
Like, because we're going to be like, what the fuck?
Why did that person win?
Yeah.
It was their time.
But then you're going to have people like nitpicking why'd this person win. They're going to have good reasons because they're like, hey, this person's in this storyline. This storyline could have been better. But then, well, no, I think this person should have won because of this storyline, or you could have done this, or you could have done that. And you have 8,000 different options. You have so many people that could be the main event of WrestleMania at any given time right now.
Mhm.
And kudos to Triple H, Shawn Michaels, the whole crew right now. I'm genuinely proud of you people.
Good work, man. Now, anything else?
I'm not proud of Tony Khan, though. Fuck you and your semi-truck drivers.
Well, maybe if we see it, we might.
Oh, trust me, if I find that guy, it's an older white guy wearing a trucker cap, I'm sure I'll be able to pick him out in that crowd at GalaxyCon.
Anything else, Byron?
Not that I can think of.
Jacob, anything else?
No, dude, I love these. I love these in-person live podcasts. It's been
What-
great.
Fun.
With that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast, the second live wrestling one. As this weekend is GalaxyCon in Columbus, we'll tell you how that goes, and you'll be hearing from us throughout the month. Obviously, there's the end of year podcast, the best podcast of the year. And then as soon as January 1st hits, that next Monday we have Raw on Netflix. You'll definitely hear from us that week because we'll see how good, bad, or indifferent that is. And then we're Rumble previewing. Who's winning the Rumble? Who's main eventing WrestleMania? Who's coming back? And all that. It's going to be a great time. If you don't hear from us again wrestling-wise, hope you guys have a happy holiday season. And with that being said, L7C Podcast signing out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C Podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.